Hello everyone, my name is Aaron, but you can also call me Enigma, and I figured it was about time to do a little bit of an update video for all of you fine folks out on the interwebs. So it's probably been like 3 months, 4 months since I've properly recorded a video. I feel like it was the end of November, maybe the beginning of December, but there definitely hasn't been a lot of videos going up on the channel as of late. Now, there's good reasons for that. Obviously, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's good for me to take a break from YouTube every once in a while because of all the personal life stuff that I have going on. Still in film school, still working full time. None of that's changed. The end of 2019 was pretty tough mentally on me and my family. There was a lot of stuff going on with health scares with different family members and stuff. And it really hasn't gotten any better since this whole COVID-19 business started. So for those of you that don't know, this video is being recorded on March 23rd at about 10:46 at night. And I live in New York State. So as of this point, the state is totally shut down. It is on pause other than quote-unquote essential workers that are forced to still go into work. So I'm just gonna try to chug on through, do my duty, and stay self-quarantined so I don't get myself sick, my mom sick, or anybody else sick for that matter. So I figured a good video to come back with from the long hiatus of the channel would be something that I wanted to make a long time ago. I figured I would do a breakdown on the channel banner that was created for me at the end of summer in 2019 by an artist that I had commissioned to do this project last year. His name is Mark. He's a great guy, great artist. I'm going to plug his art station down in the description below. So if anybody is interested in, having somebody do commissions, I'm not even sure if he's still doing commissions. I haven't checked up with Mark since the end of summer last year, but he did a great job and I really wanted to commemorate his excellent work, which is why behind me, on all sides of me, I can't see it because there's a green screen here right now, but I have my channel banner. So I'm gonna do my best to isolate myself from the screen so you really can't see me, and I'm gonna kind of make myself disappear, maybe like right now, and now I'm gone and you're just hearing like this disembodied voice talk over footage or whatever. But this is the channel banner that you are seeing right now. The idea for this video was I wanted to go through each and every component that is on this wonderful channel banner, because a lot of work and prep time went into this. Not only with Mark creating it, but with me coming up with the design for it, going back and forth with him. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to tell some of the backstory behind it and kind of show some of the video clips for maybe some newer viewers that haven't seen some of the old stuff or that are just experiencing my channel for the first time. Maybe this will kind of give you an idea of my roots as a YouTuber. Even though I don't consider myself a YouTuber, I just make YouTube videos. So yeah, I guess it's time to start. If you look over here where my finger is pointed, that's me. I look a little bit different than I do right now. I am wearing in the photo a beanie, I have a beard, hoodie and stuff. Hoodies are something that I love. So obviously I wanted to have my clothing be very reminiscent of what I wear in real life. And then I'm holding a lantern and my camera, which is actually being recorded right now. Actually, I have an extra one so I can show you exactly what it looks like. And I had Mark go up and look at the actual design of this camera, and it's the same one that's in the photo. He did an excellent job recreating it. So yeah, that's the camera on there. I don't own any kinds of the lantern that are right next to me, but I figured it would just be something cool to go through, like this abandoned house motif that we got going on, which I guess is a solid transition into the actual abandoned house motif. So I wanted the setting of this banner to be based around an abandoned location. And the inspiration from that actually came from a series on my channel called Abandoned. And if you guessed it, it's a series where I go and visit abandoned locations. Also, real quick, before we move on from the location setting, I also wanted to say the actual layout of the house, like what you're seeing, I wanted that to be loosely based around the farmhouse in Resident Evil 7. because I was playing the game right around that time when I started to have ideas for like the next relaunch and, you know, what I wanted some of the artwork to be. So that setting and that scenery actually really inspired me, which also went into this particular banner piece. So that was pretty cool. Moving on to our next little tidbit of information. If you can see right over here, I'm getting on this side now. This little character with the green hair, that is Lincoln Welders. There are a ton of videos on the channel that feature my ulterior ego or persona or character. Yeah, something like that. And his name is Lincoln Welders. He is a NASCAR driver. He is a beast slayer. He is a hunter. He's a lot of things, you know? I think he played rugby once, maybe football or something like that. I don't know. He is a reoccurring character that I decided to incorporate into the channel just to kind of add a little bit of different flavor to videos and stuff. And this particular design that you see next to me is the design that I had when I made him in Bloodborne. For whatever reason, that character just seemed the most over the top and seemed like it would be kind of a cool thing to put in the artwork for the channel, so I wanted to incorporate it.
Welcome back to NASCAR, everyone! We are Lincoln Welders driving the number 0 Lightning Chevrolet.
All right, well, there we go. There is Lincoln Welder. Yeah. Oh, that jump, though. Oh, ah! Oh, what the fuck? Why are you here? I think I just glitched the Game Boy. Oh no, they're climbing up the ladder. Here they come. Oh no! That is way too close. I do not want to be that close to Lincoln Welder's face. Over to Lincoln Welder's right, which is screen left, we actually have Horseman, or Horsehead Man. I don't really know what to call him. He really doesn't have a name. But this was inspired by the Horsehead mask that Vinny and Chris and I ended up wearing in the Japan World Cup series.
Gonna suck to be whoever's got 8 and 9.
Must suck. Shit. Okay.
You have 9.
We'll have to see who I have and who I don't have.
No, you definitely have 9.
Well, here goes 8 and 9.
Oh.
Must suck whoever has them. Must suck.
So yeah, it's actually based on this horsehead mask right here. And I still have this monstrosity. What originally was going to amount to a joke to open up the video with quickly turned into the punishment for losing a round when we recorded those actual videos. On Lincoln Welder's left, which is screen right, we have a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which has a couple different inspiration pieces. The most notable one and the most famous one comes from Vinny and I playing The Stomping Land, which was a survivalistic dinosaur game. I don't really know what to call it, but it was originally released on Steam many, many years ago. And for whatever reason, it was the second series on the channel to gain significant traction. And part 2 was the most popular, probably because I titled the part T-Rex or a wild T-Rex appears. I think it was something like that. And there were no Tyrannosaurus Rexes in the game, and there never were. So people kind of gave me a lot of shit because they're like, that's not a T-Rex. God, what the hell is the actual name of the dinosaur called? That's what it was. I just pulled up the video on my phone because if you go through the comments of that video, it's just everybody telling me that it's not a T-Rex. It is, in fact, a Carnosaur.
That's a T-Rex. Oh shit, he's right there.
Where?
He's fucking right there.
Oh, dude, he's heading right towards us. Dude.
I'm laying down. There it is, gonna cross the water.
Dude, let's keep an eye on him.
Oh no!
He sees you.
He sees you!
Also, the inspiration too, Vinny and I ended up coming back after Stomping Land was discontinued and the game designer kind of left it for dead. We ended up playing Ark, Survival Evolved, and we ended up doing Ark, Survival of the Fittest. So the T-Rex is meant to be an homage for our dinosaur adventures across the channel, and specifically those 2 series. This thing, below Horsehead Man, is a Wendigo, and that comes from my playthrough of Until Dawn. Specifically this scene. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. All right, which way do we go? Go right or go left? Go right. But there were also some other spooky scenes in the game where I could have drawn inspiration from. But yeah, the Wendigo is from Until Dawn. This next character over here, over my left shoulder, is known as Lisa from PT. Now, PT was the, I think, like third video, which actually gained me a lot of traction back in the day. 2014 and 2015 were really, really good years for the channel. That was when I became partnered with Maker Studios, and I think to this day it's still the second most popular video on the channel. So of course I knew that I had to incorporate Lisa, who scared the ever-living shit out of me.
Don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started. Retrieved the rifle and shot his wife as he was cleaning up the kitchen.
Oh no.
His son came
Oh no.
to investigate.
What the fuck? Yeah, still to this day, the scariest thing I've ever played. PT. What a ride. So now, these two things on either side of drawing me are Super Bunny Men. And those are probably, if I had to guess, the most recent Easter egg from the past videos that are incorporated into this actual banner. But those Super Bunny Men are from a series that Eric and I played back at the end of 2018, moving forward into 2019.
Oh, thank you for the handy.
Oh, there we go. The handy. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Whoa, now. Ah!
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I can get you. Hold on. I need you to... You get ready to roll onto it, and I will jump for it. You ready? And go. I missed it. I can make it. I can make it. There were a lot of funny moments from that series, though, and I knew that I wanted to incorporate them in some way. I actually still have a lot of footage to go from that series, but the only problem is it was actually corrupted while we were recording it. The second face cam got corrupted. So it's a pain in the ass to edit, and it takes a really, really long time. And with the break that I took towards like the beginning of summer last year, and then towards like the beginning of winter this year, maybe end of fall of this year, I just really didn't have a ton of extra time to edit it. So maybe I can do like a Lost Archives sort of video deal to bring them back. But yeah, I knew I had to incorporate them in there somewhere because that series was funny as hell. Next, we are going to visit one of my personal favorite artifacts from this banner, which is way down here in this corner, right down here. And that is the container or box of Saran Wrap. And of course, that is in this banner to commemorate this lovely clip here. In 2013, two teens from Sequoia High School near Atlanta, Georgia won $5,000 scholarships for wearing blank to prom. Saran Wrap, tires, or horns. But Saran Wrap is not spelled like that. Chris, I didn't realize you put Saran Wrap.
Can't spell.
Say it to a black person.
Sran.
All right.
Wrap that up, Sran.
That was from a fibbage series that I did with a ton of my video game friends and real life friends too. I've met a lot of the people that were in those videos, and they're some of the funniest dudes that I know, and we had a blast recording fibbage, so how could I not record that clip in here? And then right next to the Saran Wrap, we actually have the golf club bag, and that is to commemorate a couple of golf videos that actually went up on the channel. The first one was the Tundra Open of 2015, which can be seen here. If I can get this, this will be the putt of the day. Cue inspirational music. Oh my God! Oh my God, that's terrible. Bend in the knees. Jesus, please carry this over the trees. Not in the water.
Okay.
And then the next one was the Fall Classic from 2016, which can be seen here.
It went through!
It went over.
Thank the Lord.
Moving on to the next artifact, we're just gonna go straight up from the golf clubs, and up on the wall we have some graffiti. Now this graffiti is another one of my favorite clips from the channel. This is a game that Vinny and Chris and myself played, and it was called Drawful. Holy crap!
What the fuck is
What
that?
the- that looks like a mutated peacock that had like threw up on the ground or something. Fawn Pond. That was Chris's. Damn it! That was good. Son of a bitch, disease. Chris
No,
put
it's not disease.
That was a random decoy, so Chris doesn't get any.
The hidden dragon.
That was a hidden dragon.
Oh my god.
That piece of graffiti was a drawing by Vinny. I know, I was confused by it too, but still to this day, one of my favorite clips from the channel, and it lives on, and it is immortalized in the new banner. Moving on in the background, kind of like over on this little section here, on the dresser, we actually have a PSVR headset, which is from me playing certain PSVR games. Specifically Resident Evil 7, which obviously the setting is based around. Here They Lie, which was a game that I played and I got very sick after I finished playing it. And a couple of other games like The Inpatient, which I never got a chance to finish. And I had actually purchased a bunch of VR games that I still haven't played. So maybe more VR games in the future? This is basically like a horror walking simulator. Oh! 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 Fuck! Can I run? This is like the streets of Compton. Like, what's that one song? Crazy motherfuckers. Oh! Oh!
It's okay. It's okay. It's me.
No.
I know you didn't mean to hurt
What's
me.
behind your back? What's behind your back?
You shouldn't have done that.
What the fuck? Why? Why me?
It fucking hurts.
I know it did. Okay, that's interesting. Next to that, we just have a PlayStation controller. I wanted to have just an extra controller sitting on the shelf, or a dresser in this case, and I figured it would be kind of cool. And then obviously down next to that on the floor, we have the cauldron and the sledgehammer from our friend Diogenes from the hit game Getting Over It. This fucking dude. There, I did it. Okay, now I know I can do it. So, now I need to learn how to stay on this light. That one hurt. For those of you that watched that series and enjoyed it, I have good news for you. I'm going to revisit it, even if it's just a one-off video, and I'm going to play it again, and I'm very excited about it. Next, if we could draw your attention to the stairs over in this direction, we actually have three, count them, three, just had to verify it, 3 gang beasts that are on the steps. But Vinny and I ended up playing Gang Beasts when it was an early access title on Steam many, many years ago. It was probably in 2015, I think, maybe like September of 2015. If I'm correct in that. We had a lot of fun, and once again, another series that gained a little bit of traction. So grabbing is why. We've established this?
I just use R1L1.
No! Damn it! This is not ideal.
Get in that one.
No! No! I'm alive!
Are you kidding me?
I'm alive!
Get in there! Get in there!
No!
Get
Stay
in there! Get in
Stay
there!
alive! Come back from the
Yeah,
dead!
still like they're in.
Oh, no! Oh, God! So I always kind of figured that we might be able to do a revisit down the line, but obviously we are busy and it's tough for us to get together and play games all the time. So hopefully that one's coming. At the very least, I may have a surprise on Gang Beasts coming soon, but yeah, had to immortalize it in the banner, much like the rest of the stuff. On the left side of the image over here, kind of in the entryway into this hallway, into this other room, whatever you want to call it, we've got a lot of artifacts. We've got the pie face contraption, which is from the pie face video. That was the first video that started in 2016, and it was actually kind of the first video that kickstarted and breathed new life into the channel. I decided that I wanted to do different types of videos other than just video games or let's plays or playthroughs or one-off videos. So this was kind of like one of the first videos that was based in real life. And I got Vinny and Chris, and at the time, Vinny's fiance, now Vinny's wife, Lauren, to be in the video. And it just provided us with just so much entertainment. I remember that night very, very well. And there was a lot of good footage to come out from it. So, of course, had to put it in the banner, had to commemorate it. Check it out.
What's it smell like?
Very strong smell.
Oh! Oh, that's worse than the mayonnaise.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're freaking out, because I'm right behind you.
Oh no, one.
Oh, you're nasty.
Not as bad as I thought it. Just caught a whiff. Just caught a whiff. I can't breathe.
Look down at the hand right now.
No, I don't want to.
That looks like vomit.
Thanks. This thing is a mess. My goodness.
Just start
It's on the first one.
Oh, that's funny.
Also, on the ground, we have a couple of cheeseburgers that are just tossed aside and just left to rot on the floor, much like the burgers and ingredients that were strewn about all over the floor when Vinny and I played Citizen Burger Disorder. Okay, I am holding these with the wrong buttons. Okay, this tomato 5-second rule applies here. No, did not want that. Did not need that. Oh my God, Vinny, my arm came off!
It came off.
Vinny! Help! I need help in the kitchen!
I'm coming. What'd you do?
My arm came off! Another little video that did surprisingly well. I really didn't expect it to get as many views as it did. Anytime a video does over like 100 views or even over 50 views, if I'm being honest, I consider that, you know, a success. Citizen Burger Disorder, one of my favorite little playthrough videos that Vinny and I did, and well-deserved to be immortalized in the channel's history. Next, in the background here, we have a Sackboy laying on the ground, and that is to commemorate a few Little Big Planet videos that I did not only on my channel with Vinny and Chris, but also on our past channel.
Gotta get in.
Wait, why did my car stop? Oh, now I'm stuck.
Oh no! Okay.
That hole is too big now.
Ah!
You fell into it. Oh,
Hold
Aaron,
on.
there's only
Hold on.
one way.
Hold on! Don't you dare!
There's only one place it can go.
Guys. Oh! Did it back. Oh!
Why is the camera following you?
Nah, let's just.
Stop! Stop it!
You
Jump down, you buttholes! Jump down!
Jump up on the left.
I can't! Jump! You asshole!
I jumped. Look what I had to do for you.
He didn't do
I was right on the left. I was lower than Chris.
Neither of you made a move.
And then, of course, next to Sackboy, we got a little broken controller right there. Just to kind of signify some of the Rage gameplays that I've done, like Dark Souls. We did 2 and 3. Obviously, Bloodborne, that was on there. Just a few, you know, rage-inducing games. Getting Over It, that one was already mentioned too. So the broken controller was kind of just meant to signify that. I think we're only down to 2 artifacts left, so we'll start up with the one on the shelf. And the one on the shelf is a football trophy that says Madden on it. Because, of course, I played Madden with my buddy Chris, and I got my ass kicked. So I figured, why not commemorate that with a sort of like loser's gold trophy up on the shelf in my abandoned house. And that video spawned a number of clips that are very quotable and used in a lot of the montages, but none of which are more unforgettable than this one.
Poke the bear hive.
No!
Poke the beehive.
Get this
Poke
damn...
that beehive.
How
Oh,
do you do
and
that?
it's in the outfield. Oh,
Going
he said, get off me. Hold my dick. Hold my dick.
with the split hawk formation.
We'll power all.
No. It's the Power-O! And finally, we've got this on the floor right here. It is a pile of something, but what is it a pile of? Well, it is a very good question. It is a pile of Bubblicious bubble gum. Now, that Bubblicious gum signifies a very important thing, and it is probably, if I had to guess, the second most recent thing that was actually put into this banner. But the Bubblicious gum is reference to mine and Eric's duo crime name. No, what are we? We're a crime duo. Yeah. Eric and I's crime duo name, Team Bubblicious Murder. And that was because my character stole a bunch of Bubblicious gum when we played A Way Out. And his character, he actually killed the guy because the guy stole his motorcycle. Now, there are a ton of quotable moments and funny bits from us playing A Way Out, but probably my favorite is this clip right here. I need you to open this door, man. It's locked.
I'm out. I'm trying.
Hurry up!
Must not
No, stop fighting! Open the door, man! Open the door! You can just see my face in the side window there. But also, a funny clip is this one right here, where the playthrough comes full circle, and it turns out that we stole motorcycles in order to escape this drug lord's compound, and it came full circle because Eric's motorcycle got stolen.
We got motorcycles.
Dude.
Motorbikes.
Yeah.
Take the motorbike.
Is that your motorcycle?
Get on the bike!
It all comes full circle.
Gotta get my motorcycle back.
So yeah, that is the channel banner that is up on the channel for everybody to view today. And I figured that this would be a nice little video to come back to. It was something that I wanted to film a long time ago, and what better time to film it than during a quarantine? And I guess it provides a little update video for me coming back to the channel. Also, to coincide with this video release, I planned on finally running the advertisement campaign that I talked about in my update video at the end of summer last year, or like beginning of fall, somewhere around there. But yeah, I had set aside kind of an advertising budget just to kickstart the channel back to life for when I knew that I was going to come back. It's not like I ever saw YouTube as a career or anything, but at the same time, I always like the channel to have a little bit of traffic, just kind of something to keep it relevant. Because in YouTube's algorithm space, older channels kind of get pushed to the side a little bit, and newer, fast rising channels get promoted more. So for a channel like mine that was created all the way back in May of 2013, and then I started posting videos in October, at the end of October in 2013, it's been a long time since I've been around, more than 6 years. So you kind of get lost in the shuffle quickly, and I never want this channel to die. I always want there to be a memory that is watched, or a memory that you can go back and revisit. Hopefully it can bring some new faces to the channel. Hopefully it can bring some old people back. If you're interested in watching some of my content, it's still here. The new stuff will be coming, and there's a lot of varied stuff. I'm finally kickstarting the board game series for the channel. That one will be called Role Play, and it is with my little crew, my game night crew, as I like to call them. And the first episode will feature Betrayal at House on the Hill, and that episode is edited, uploaded, titled, tagged, thumbnailed, and ready. It's ready to go. And I am also editing the first part of a 2-part Clue series that we ended up recording the same night as Betrayal, and that one's got a little bit of twist on it. Let's just say that series will be rated R. But yeah, I've got a ton of other games that I want to record with the Game Night crew. Hopefully this whole self-quarantine COVID-19 business starts to quiet down within the next month or two, and we're kind of able to go back to a normal routine. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy staying at home and being a homebody, because that's where I feel most comfortable and most like myself anyway. So in the meantime, some videos will be going back up. Say hello if you are a returning subscriber to the channel. Welcome all the new people. And if you're a new person, welcome. This is me. My name's Aaron, and I produce silly videos for people on the internet. Sometimes. Most of the time. I try. So that was the channel banner. That's a little update as to what's going on. And that feels like a good place to wrap it up. So, My name is Aaron. You can also call me Enigma. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Sync.